Hello, this is General Waffles of the Breakfast Brigade. This is a Kharazim quick match. So, I'm just going to take this moment. I've been on a week's hiatus due to personal issues as well as some technical recording issues. But I'm back and everything should be back to normal. That being said, Kharazim's out. He's wonderful. He's tearing up the meta right now. He's all over the place and he is one of my... No. He's my favorite support. I still love Brightwing, but she's just so weak right now. I don't want to imagine that she exists in the game. But Kharazim, they finally did it. They put in a melee aggressive support. Now Kharazim, if you played League of Legends, he's a lot like Lee Sin. He's a lot like how I think Lee Sin kind of should have been. He's really good at supporting his team and kind of being all over the place. You can jump 2 times with his Q, and you can get more charges as you go. Like here, I can just kind of come in and beat up on Nova. So really, I've been working on builds, and I've been playing him, and I think this build is pretty good. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure I can... It's mostly focused around your blinding dash, because you always want to be dashing. Whether it's towards enemies or away from them. But still, let's not too much going on now, you know, just early game, waiting for the temples to spawn. Jim Raynor's been taking off pretty heavily. Like, there's a Jim Raynor like every game. And he didn't get too much. Like, I didn't think that what he got was going to be enough, but apparently it was. Anyway, sustain shouldn't be too bad because I did pick up that healing talent. I played around with it. I think that this talent is the best one, simply because you can duel people fairly easily. Like, if Jim Raynor were to walk in this bush, you'd have a horrible time. Also, people like Asmodon, you can just kind of wail into him. Now the temples are spawning, and kind of waiting for Jim Raynor to come up. Just wandering around trying to find my place. As long as I'm punching this, we shouldn't be taking damage. Illidan kind of going in on ghosts. So yeah, changes changed the meta up pretty well. You don't see Kel'Thas nearly as much, which is good. I like seeing more than just one hero at a time. And Kharazim's pretty good against Kel'Thas, I think. There's the Nova with that Amazon skin. So this is the rank that I still don't really know what is good. Like, there's a stealth character on the team, so I considered taking the reveal on the dash, but I think the healing ward's better. I think it's better in the shield in most situations, especially on this map, because it has... You're actually grouping, and you know that your team is going to be in one place and want to be in one place for a long period of time. And just adding a little bit extra healing is always nice. Enforce a push, or just regenerate after a fight or before a fight. And it's free. Every 50 seconds, I believe. Nova versus Vala. Yeah. Yeah, Nova is at a weird place in this video because the change to Gathering Power. So, people have been kind of changed that up. Some people have been taking Venom. I've been talking to people, and some people have been actually taking the increased range on the clone. That's something I didn't expect anyone to do, but people have been doing it. Also, anti-armor shells has been kind of on the downswing, and people have been going for the... I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's follow-through for Nova specifically. So here, just kind of trying to go around and help everyone, make sure everyone's topped off. As long as I'm punching, I'm contributing. Because every third hit, I will be giving a heal to the person with the lowest health. So I can't control it, but I do have a controllable heal, so... He's kind of got the best of all worlds. Now here I pick up Way of 100 Fists. I think overall it's better than the double healing. Especially when your team doesn't have a lot of burst damage. Because you can come in and you can do stuff like this. However... Oh my god, is that annoying that I die here. Yeah, so what was going on is your volley of fists, your E ability, gives you a range increase as well as doubling your attack speed. And that's all well and good, but it doesn't actually activate till you punch something. So, I was in range, but the ability wasn't active, so I didn't get the hit in, and it was just unfortunate. I chased too far, and, you know, just don't overextend. You'll be fine. Here at the temple, we're able to push him off of it, and I'm coming in now to just kind of deal with the rest of it and try to get everyone healed back up, and just kind of get away from Jim Raynor, because he does do an obnoxious amount of damage. It's not necessarily overpowered, but as you can see here, he has no chance if I'm just allowed to auto-attack him. I'm healing far too much. He missed his pushback. Here, I really wanted that kill, and luckily Nova was able to secure it. Now here's their Nova. And she managed to juke me out with that clone, but Illidan was right there to pick it up. And now, just like always, wherever I'm punching, I am also healing. And the healing ward coming down to help out a lot. Yeah, you can't count out that healing. But now all I gotta do is go in this lane and I'll get all the health. Now, before I thought that Divine Palm is just strictly the better ability, but then I started thinking about it more. I think Seven Sided Strike has its place, but I'll talk about that in another video. Not this one. Oh, poor Sonya. He had nowhere to go. Their Kharazim's pretty done now. Divine Palm's pretty fun because it takes a lot of skill to use it, and there's a lot of different ways you can use it, even though it has one specific purpose. So once you put it on someone, they have a 3-second window in which they can die, and instead of dying they get a heal. It's kind of like Rhaegar's Ancestral Healing, but only if they die. Now this is very important because Rhaegar's healing takes a second to take into account, where this happens automatically. Or instantly, whichever. And you can actually save people a lot more effectively with it, in my opinion. Like, I put it on Crusader here, and that healing wouldn't have... Well, you would have healed earlier, but that healing wouldn't have kicked in time if I was Rhaegar with Ancestral Healing. So it's really good. It's comparable to that ability, and it's really good. However, the enemy can play around it because you can actually see it, so you need to time it right. Yeah, I do a pretty good job. Like, when it's on other people, I tend to mess it up. So I normally just kind of try to draw aggro in these fights and use it on myself. And it's a fairly effective strategy. I think it's more effective just for the solo queue aspect. Like, if this were, like, ranked, like, very high level, like, higher level organized ranked, I don't think it would work that well. Here, poor Nova, she had nowhere to go. Illidan hunted it on her. It's such a low cooldown, why not? But now I took up Quicksilver, and this is the ability... This is where I love the Monk so much. Because not only do you get a dash to your teammates and to enemies, but when you dash to a teammate, not only do you get movement speed, but they get movement speed. That's a double 30% movement speed. That's almost mount speed for 3 seconds, and you get 2 dashes. Next level will be picking up my 3rd. Such a good ability. But here you can see I'm just kind of soloing this temple. It's no big deal, your Kharazim. Most Merc camps, even early on the Siege Merc camps, no big deal because of that healing passive that you pick up, if you pick it up. But as long as I just keep punching things, I'm not in any danger. Keep checking up top, there's a skirmish going on. We got part of the shrine, so it's not such a big deal. It's a 2-for-3 trade, that's good for us. They were behind, but the underdog experience hasn't kicked in to full effect yet. So we got a full shrine at the bottom, and I think half a shrine at the top. So now we can just kind of come up and start controlling mercs. Yeah, 2-for-3. So yeah, that was a favorable trade for us, even though we did lose some people. Sometimes you gotta break a few eggs, as they say. But now our teams are respawned, and it's time for us to kind of group together. Even though Illidan's really good if he took the hunt, so if anyone gets out of position and we're together, we can just kill them. I mean, it'll be over. There, Illidan just kind of goes in and just murders Nova. He finally got to use that hunt ability. Now I just kind of come in and block off the escape of Sonya. And now we got 2 Merc camps pushing this down. And here's something about this game. A lot of people say this game has a lot of comebacks, and there's a lot of like different ways. Momentum plays a larger role in this game, I think, than in other similar games like League of Legends, Smite. I never really played Dota, so I can't really talk about Dota. But if you can gain momentum, normally it will lead to a victory. And knowing when to carry the momentum to a victory is important. Because here, we just decide to go all in on this fort. We see Kharazim at the bottom, we just killed Nova. And we're able to just come in and kind of clean them up. And this is just the thing that can happen if your team isn't coordinated. And we come in for a quick victory. I mean, it wasn't really a stomp, but we definitely took control of the game. We took the momentum and we never gave it back. And then we saw an opportunity and we took it. And that's what you got to do sometimes. But that's Kharazim. Every time I say that, all I want to do is say Kharazim the Blind Monk, but that's illegal. I'm pretty sure I'll be sued. That's going to be it for this video. Till next time!